last operator standing. One op 4. One op 4. Op 4.
What's up, guys? Today we're doing an operator guide on how to play as Thatcher in Rainbow Six Siege 2025, coming to Operation Tenfold Pursuit, talking all about the Thatcher rework. And is Thatcher a better operator than he was before, or is it a nerf? Let's find out today, shall we? Starting with the loadout. Not a ton of changes, but there are some changes. You have 4 primaries. You have the L85 or the AR-33. Honestly, both are solid. The LA is what most people would use because it is a stronger gun. The AR is a little bit faster, but has a little bit less bullets, as well as less damage. A little bit faster fire rate, though. Then you have a shotgun, but with no real good secondary options. The shotgun is a little bit more dangerous, but there is that. And then you have the new DMR, and Thatcher is usually paired with a wall breach of some sort. So a DMR is not necessarily the worst thing in the world to have on an open breach. So definitely a solid choice to pick. Here's what I wrote on it. There you go. Really good DMR. We're going to show a lot of clips with this new DMR. And then you have the option between claymores and breaching charges. Honestly, I run both 50% of the time. Claymores are good if you're like trying to watch a breach and you don't want to have to worry about a hop out. Can be solid. Breaching charge, if you know you have to kind of push in a little bit more to get to a wall that you want to open up, then you bring breaching charges. All right, now let's talk about Thatcher's ability, his EMP launcher. So you'll be able to see enemy utility within 10 meters through the concrete floor, through whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's electrical, you can see it within 10 meters. Which makes him really good when paired with the hard breacher. Like, you know, if you're trying to open up a wall and it's cated, you'll be able to see exactly where the K claw is at. You'll be able to disable Melusi on a door before your teammates or yourself swing it. And when you shoot it, you'll be able to see what utility it is. That's just like default camera. So, and you can see how long it is disabled with a timer there. And once it's back, you know, it'll just come back. You're going to have overall, I believe, 6 charges. So you're going to have 1 in the chamber and then 5 reloaded. And you can just disable as much as you want, but you still have ammo. Paired with the DMR, it's really nice. Be able to just like disable enemy util. Oh my god, clear outs is crazy sometimes. But paired with the DMR is extremely nice. Working with a hard breacher to open whatever you gotta open. Or, you know, if you're trying to go for an aggressive play, shutting down a warden, or, you know, literally anything that has electricity. There's only a few gadgets that I see here that Thatcher would not be able to disable. He'll be able to disable Vigil's ability when it's on. You'll be able to see Vigil like IQ, making Thatcher kind of like glorified IQ with less range, but he will be able to disable the Vigil, the Solace, the Pulse. If you can see them and you can disable it, you can disable it. And the only things that can't disable are things that are like kind of more mechanically are going to be like Legion mines, or like maybe like, you know, I mean, Miras, Goyos, Frost mats, anything mechanical, Thatcher's going to be completely useless against. So here we're going to go through some of my gameplay footage when I was testing the build and talking about Thatcher. So here you can see, I can see through the walls, seeing different enemy utility, disable the mute jammer through the wall, etc. A lot more effective when you are playing against people that are going to be trying a little bit harder. There's gonna be a lot more gadgetry that you are going to be able to disable. Is Thatcher OP? Is he way better than before? Honestly, my honest opinion is no, but he's definitely more effective than he was before. Because here I'm just disabling to see what's around me, so I can see if I can walk through the bar double here. Yeah, so not too much to really disable. When, especially in lower elo, Thatcher's not going to have too many uses, because you're going to find yourself in situations where there's not that much to actually disable. You're not really using your gadgetry. But at the end of the day, if you win your firefights, and kill the entire enemy team, you will win the game. So here I'm going to be helping the Hibana open up the wall. So I'm walking through, just disabling everything just to kind of see what's nearby. I do see that mute jammer. I have so much ammo in my launcher, I'm just kind of disabling everything. He starts to open up the wall, and I disabled it through the concrete flooring, and he gets the wall open right there. So you'll also be able to cade castles, but Thatcher can just turn it off real quick. So he can just ace open the castle or breach it with whatever we have. The launcher definitely lets you know where the enemy is setting up a lot of utility before I even peek with a drone or anything. I see two maestro cams that are going to be super annoying. We can disable them and just push, or we can just go around because we know that there's a lot of presence there, that they're actively trying to watch it. All that util in that area. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if we want to go that way. Disable that. It's just a camera. Just kind of exploring with the gadget. All right, that's enough about how the gadgetry works. It's pretty simple, straightforward. You see things wherever you're at, you can disable it. Here, I believe my Hibana is actually going to try to get that wall open, and I can disable it. Here, I can disable, you know, through the wall, etc. It's pretty self-explanatory how this gadget works. But now let's get to some actual gameplay. And with the gameplay, I'm not using the gadgetry too much because, again, I'm really wanting to show how the gadget works. But now I want to show how you can actually excel as Thatcher without just relying on the gadget. All right, now Thatcher gameplay. Here we roar off the door of the skyscraper. I open it up, gun out, fight the maestro, kill the Solus. Here, I love this DMR. It's actually really nice. Find a freebie, placing claymores. See, not all the time will you find real use and effectiveness with your gadget, especially lower elo. This is on the test server, so like there wasn't that much to actually disable. Like, you know, there's a Doc, there's a Goyo, hell, even a Valkyrie. If there's a Valkyrie camera within 10 meters of me, I can disable it through the wall. But again, you won't be able to always use your gadget. You needed to be able to win your gunfights as well. Here's a nice little Thatcher ace. It's 2v5 right now. Starting to see what's open. Hard breach is already dead. Would be nice to be able to open that wall. Would be easy to get, but hard breach of being dead means there's less options. I see one in the hall. He doesn't really know that I'm there. We find the one. I'm ready for the second swing. Put you in the crosshair up. We find the tuba. Now it's a 1v3. Oh, it's gonna be loud. Push it in. I get LMI'd. Could have disabled that, but honestly, in a 1v3, I wasn't really too focused on using my util. Find one. I know Vigil's about to swing from my right. He does. We find him. L swings out to try to get the trade. Not effective. Here's a little bit of an older clip, just playing as Thatcher, but not really use my util too much here. I drone. I find a pick. Wall's able to get open because the K claw's off the wall. Trying to find the guy that I saw close. We find him. Using the L8 now instead of the DMR. Taking some pot shots all over the place, trying to find them. I see my teammate behind me, so I go peek it prone instead so we don't get in each other's way. Here, we're in Oregon. We're pushing downstairs. Teammate goes down. Another teammate goes down. We find one. I'm ready for the re-swing. Having my gun up as I swing around. Now I'm in a 1v2. My teammate goes down. Guy swings out a little bit too wide. We find him. Taking some pot shots. I fake a plant here, and then I swing into the hallway. Trying to find him. And we do find him. A couple of Thatcher clutch plays. Get a claymore down so I can drone. I find one. So here, like, I can sell why the operators I can see, Mozzie, Tuba, Mira. There's not going to be much for me to EMP here. So I just go in with my gun up, checking, finding one. I walk in, I get that plant down. Two guys left. We find the Doc with another one tap. And then another one tap. Nice shots. So now we're back on Fortress. We find one, pushing through. Find the mute. We don't disable anything because we just go to finish off the kill there. Pushing through. I knew that was only one guy there. No reason to disable util. That's not going to kill me. We find one, my teammate finds one. On Fortress again, teammates down. So technically I was on a 1v3. We kill one. I know one was on my right. We find another. Out DMRing a DMR. Always nice. Swinging through with my gun up. Ready to take the fight. Really pay attention to the crosshair placement here. See where my crosshair placement's not directly on the banister there or the pillar there. It's because I'm giving myself time to react as I swing out. So here, now I see him. And instead of my crosshair being like way over here and not really ready, and I'm gonna have to swing back, now I just keep adjusting and he's instantly dead. Like, man barely was able to see me before he gets popped in the head by a DMR. All right, this clip has some audio bugs because the test server is a little buggy. We find one, we push in, looking for the Capkin, take some tap shots, find him through the wall. Back on Fortress, guy tries to flank. Pushing through, ooh, the flicky. So here I'm trying to EMP the door. I'm going to disable it, but I hear an enemy behind me, so there's not much of a point in doing that. So we tap him. And this shot was honestly crazy. I don't even know how I got this. That was a headshot somehow. Gee. All right, guys, that's it on how to play as Thatcher in Rainbow Six Siege 2025. Thatcher is one of those operators that is extremely good when he's paired with other operators. If you're bringing Thatcher that you don't have a breacher, you can still make use of Thatcher by disabling gadgets before you take a fight, before you walk into a door. A defender might rely on like an Elamine or Malusi to let them know that you're there. And honestly, the EMP is relatively silent if they're across the map, so you can kind of make your way in and make some pressure. So Thatcher by himself is a decent op, but he is a 3 armor, so you're not going to be really sneaky. That's why normally you're going to see Thatchers paired around a breacher to open up walls or open up, you know, entries, ways into the sites. He's definitely more of a direct attacker. That's why he's anti-gadget and support. And that's it for today. Make sure to subscribe, comment, leave a like down below for more. Make sure to hype up the video on YouTube. Peace out, guys. Until next time. Let me know what operator you guys want to see next.